Adapted from a Fourth Doctor comic, the Star Beast provides a recognisable entry back into Doctor Who. Russell's original era was very grounded in familial life, and this episode uses that as a crutch to reunite the Doctor and Donna, while offering a casual accessibility for newcomers to the show. To begin this episode, we get a quick catch up on Series 4. The green screen recap of Series 4 felt a bit meta, and it definitely felt weird to have Tennant and Tate in character recapping prior events. It definitely looked rushed and low budget, but it was arguably an important catch up for this episode. We are soon reminded of the tragedy within Donna's character, and with Tennant's old face back, he's in dangerous territory for being recognised. This plot conceit provides heavy stakes for a somewhat light-hearted episode, as well as anticipation for how this plot point will be resolved. Many fans, such as myself, felt that Donna's end was a nice goodbye to the character. There was a beauty in that tragedy. Here, Russell risks endangering that finality, but in doing so he reunites a beautiful friendship. The brief recap sets us up as we fade into the colourful new intro. The abstract look feels fresh and whimsical, wonderfully paired with Gold's energetic music. In fact, the whole episode is perfect on a technical level. Writing is subjective, of course, but I think the music, performances, production design, and CGI are all top notch. Now partnered with Bad Wolf Studios and allied with Disney, Doctor Who looks like it's never before. Of course, the show has steadily looked better since 2005, now looking more impressive on our television screens. Admittedly, this production design is mostly Earth-based for the Star Beast, with some exceptions such as a spaceship interior and of course the brand new TARDIS, but that's always been hand in hand with Russell T Davies. With his grounded character work comes grounded locations and a big appeal for a more widespread audience. This episode is more of an E.T.-like tale as described by Russell T Davies. The Star Beast is similar to a family Pixar movie, and I have to agree. It's light-hearted, humorous, and full of fun. To talk performances, well, they're excellent. As soon as Tennant steps out of the TARDIS, he is the Doctor. It's well known that the prolific actor is a Doctor Who fanatic, having loved the show since childhood. So it should really come to no surprise how much gravitas the actor portrays. Just like 10, the 14th Doctor has swagger and energy. It's often said that Tennant's Doctor felt the most human in the lineage of incarnations, and although that's the case, his little quirks convey an alien character. 13 years since last seeing Donna, and this Doctor is more aged like Tennant, but this actually adds to the experience watching. Tennant's voice has slightly more gravel, and his accent has shifted just a tick. The 14th Doctor feels less burdened by the darkness that inhabited 10, now more humble and carefree. Of course, this could be as a result of his reunion with Donna, but I also think it shows a maturation of the character. Tennant is portraying an older Doctor that has carried several Doctors' experiences, and that's not erased in his performance. This could be from time away playing the character, but I think it's a conscious choice from the actor. That being said, he's largely the same character resurrected. Importantly, the Doctor's confusion at his own face offers a perfect mirror to the audience. Obviously, we know the real reason for this, but naturally it keeps Tennant's incarnation guessing. Tennant and Tate naturally slip back into the roles, clearly enjoying themselves in this episode. Whereas Tennant has an energetic performance with gravitas, Tate provides much needed comic relief and bold confidence. Catherine Tate really brings a lot here, portraying ordinary Donna and the Doctor Donna with ease. Tate gives us two distinct Donnas, and we really feel when her memories begin to awaken. The two butting off of one another is magical, and they've really not skipped a beat. This reunion is really the heart of the story, with the simplistic plot being more of a template to provide the Doctor and Donna a story. I think Catherine Tate really shows how underused she is in more serious roles, conveying the Doctor's friend and a warm mother figure perfectly. What makes this dynamic work is that the characters have grown. The Doctor is more open, Donna now has a daughter, and Sylvia has mellowed since we last saw her. It feels like the 13 years have passed for the characters as it has the audience. This episode really solidified the best qualities in the Doctor and Donna. The very reason the Doctor happens to see Donna is simply because he plans to help a random person out before realising who he stumbled upon. And Donna's wit and support for her daughter is just really heartwarming. In fact, Donna willingly puts her life on the line for family, whilst the Doctor must watch as his friend regains her memories, believing that she will die. Of course, Donna doesn't die as she passed on the burden to her daughter, alleviating her of that fate. It ties well into the themes of strength and family, but also makes some semblance of sci-fi sense. This episode also had plenty of referential callbacks in dialogue or action. For example, Donna hilariously manages to avoid catching a descending spaceship just as she missed alien events before meeting the Doctor. This is nothing huge or groundbreaking, but these are delightful little nods that fans will enjoy. In structure, the story actually feels very similar to the Series 4 opener Partners in Crime, but this episode gets to the point of the Doctor and Donna meeting far quicker. Despite all the nostalgic sheen, the episode manages to move forwards with character developments, and of course, Yasmin Finney's Rose. The Star Beast is a welcome entry that has something to say, and it says it without trepidation. The alien invasion story is nothing special, having been explored plenty of times before, but the character chemistry and the dialogue is fantastic. Through Donna's daughter, played by Yasmin Finney, we get a well-woven story that opposes transphobic behaviour. Many people online claimed that with Russell's return, the show would become less political, which was never going to happen. Russell had heavy political messaging in his prior era, and that's no different in The Star Beast. Davies has made clear his stance on trans rights outside of the show, and here he crafts a beautiful episode that touches on identity, bullying, and acceptance. These themes naturally intertwine with Doctor Who, a show that highlights themes of alienation and openness. Yasmin Finney gives a beautifully understated performance that reminds us to keep an open heart and treat others with kindness. This theme is not only important, but also very real. I've always considered the best kind of science fiction to be that which is woven with real-world elements. And just like Russell T Davies in character writing, he successfully touches on dead naming and otherness. To see the positive reactions from the audience online has been so heartwarming, and it conveys that Doctor Who won't stop. The show has to keep up with the times if it is to thrive, and this episode definitely does so. To highlight this, we see Rose openly mocked for being transgender. I think it's pretty important to show how damaging and negative this is. There's a whole culture of bullying that needs to be stamped out, and entertainment is as good a place as any to convey this. This kind of scene also allows Donna to showcase her complete support and love for her daughter. There's an element of realism embedded into this script, from the mocking scene outside to Sylvia struggling with Rose. The show faces these issues and doesn't sugarcoat them. And though Sylvia has been negative in the past, she's clearly growing for her granddaughter and showcasing maturity. It's an honest moment, she's trying and is there for Rose when she needs it. The importance is that Sylvia recognises who Rose is now and is trying to do better. Sylvia still feels like the same character, but she's definitely softened with age. The character has found a newfound peace in family life. Moreover, Sylvia's frustration when the Doctor comes back into the picture really tugs on the heartstrings. Underneath that cold exterior of the past is a mother that truly loves her family and is willing to protect them. Although these are beautiful scenes, one character that's deeply missing from this episode is Wilfred Mott. Sadly, actor Bernard Cribbins passed away during filming, but he will appear later in the next episode, Wild Blue Yonder. And although he's only name dropped here, it's nice that he was allowed to come back to Doctor Who one last time before his passing. Aside from the character stuff, this episode also manages to subvert expectations. The cuddly alien creature called the Meep is a classic gizmo-looking being, put together with practical animatronics and CGI touch-ups. Though campy in tone and appearance, this is perhaps Doctor Who's most realistic-looking alien yet. The Meep plays on your expectations of a light-hearted family affair before we realise it's a devilish creature that is not peaceful. As with before, this is nothing groundbreaking, but it does set up a satisfying, if quick, twist. The Doctor, Rose, and the Meep do well to touch upon themes of isolation. Despite the heavy dialogue sequences, this episode also has plenty of action-packed explosions for younger viewers. I should also mention Murray Gold's music. Gold weaves themes such as Rose's, the Doctor's, Donna's and more, but he only cherry-picks notes to make the overall atmosphere feel fresh. In comparison to his bombastic approach of 2008, here the music is more subdued, allowing dialogue to breathe. For the basic episode this premise is, the music feels very natural to what we see on screen. However, it does amplify the emotional depth. I should also mention the new TARDIS interior, seen briefly at the end of the episode. Inspired by designs of old such as the 80s and the Fugitive Doctor's TARDIS, this new interior is bright, white, and expansive. It feels like a retro sci-fi look that pays homage to the shape of the 2005 reboot. The old school console looks smart, and the range of colours allows cinematic variety. As the Doctor runs around this new TARDIS in glee, it's hard not to get swept up in the magic of the show and the reinvention embedded into it. Unlike the 2005 interior, this one is multi-level, but I do feel like it's very stark, so hopefully it becomes more furnished as the show continues. Simple elements such as a hat stand would make the TARDIS feel more homely, whereas this looks more like a sci-fi kitchen wallpaper. Nonetheless, the vision is big, and this episode marks a triumphant start to a brand new era. Overall, I think it's a fantastic entry point. The story has lots of plot conveniences, but what story doesn't? In the end, the heart soars. The Star Beast is a flawed but human story, one that combines sentimentality and whimsical Doctor Who fun successfully. If you liked this video, please subscribe and consider joining Patreon. And thank you for watching.